Spain is running out of water. After a long and painful drought, the country has been hit by an unusually early heat wave, evaporating even more of the blue gold it still has left in its reservoirs, while farmers fear for their survival.
Here's a summary of the article.
And the rest of Spain is not out of danger. The state of the reserves is increasingly worrisome in the regions of Valencia, Murcia, Castile-La Mancha and Extremadura. The available water stock has gone below 40% of total capacity, Olcina continued. Spain is known as Europe's back garden because it exports a large part of its agricultural production, and Spanish farmers are, unsurprisingly, among the first to suffer the consequences of a water shortage. The huge irrigated crop fields in southern Spain might not be as hard hit, but with the lack of water and the restrictions that have been put in place, the farmers running them will have to lower their returns, he added. This drought shows us the limits of the Spanish agricultural model, which is based on the false impression that we have an abundance of water, said Julio Barea, responsible for water issues at Greenpeace Spain. Since the 1950s, Spain has installed hundreds of dams and water diversion systems to respond to its recurring water shortages. It's essential to fight against climate change and at the same time learn how to manage our water better. Otherwise, a large part of Spain will be a desert in a few years. Building more water reservoirs no longer makes sense. We have no more water to put in the reserves, he said.
This post received a score of 3,900, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Spain grows most of Europe's fruit and veg. Things are getting bad quickly.
It's like North Africa all over again but at a more rapid pace. What is now Tunisia and Algeria was once the breadbasket of the Roman Empire. A gradual change in the climate to a warmer, drier climate combined with soil degradation led to the desertification of what was once productive farmland. Spain can still produce agricultural products in the future, but probably not what it does today.
Really? I never knew that. Till.
Well, TBF, with all the greenhouses and farms, the water demand for irrigation must be insanely high. And lots of the vegetables are exported, which could be considered exporting water as well. Having more farms etc. doesn't mean there will be more rain. Therefore groundwater levels will decrease too on top of climate change, making it even worse. As long as money is more important than common sense, then we are all working for our own demise. And I am not only talking about Spain and am not blaming it all on farmers that want to make a living.
I read a study on Spain's water issues several years ago, and you nailed it. They started diverting natural springs and groundwater to farming quite a while back, and those have depleted to the point that people don't have access to drinking water. Corporate agriculture is certainly a larger issue than farmers.
To put how little is being done about this in perspective, I'm Spanish. I made my master's degree in water resources management after a bachelor's in environmental sciences, and I cannot find any job related to it. When I was studying, I studied the tendency of the reservoirs for my thesis, and we were over 20 years in a downhill fall, no brakes. Solutions exist, but no one is doing anything.
Only when the last tree has been cut down, the last fish been caught, and the last stream poisoned, will we realize we cannot eat money.
We should start making edible money. Shit, that kinda exists already.
Let them eat chocolate coins.
I have been noticing these kind of climate extremes for past 5 years. When 1/3 of Pakistan was underwater, and at the same time severe drought in Europe, these are subtle hints on how we are fucking things up. My fear is that these are not going to be subtle for long.
It hasn't been subtle for a while now, but too many people is on the blue pill, choosing ignorance,
while claiming they're the ones on the red pill and everybody else on blue.
You're just sheep. You need to wake up. You just don't understand. The media has you brainwashed.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.